So then I used to email him, like the guy who owns the company. So I just added him to the thread and I'm like, hello? And then they refunded me all the money.
Good.
Hello! Welcome to Marketing Beet. That was always the dorkiest part. I'm Ameet, and I own an online advertising agency that specializes in pay-per-click advertising. And this is Beverley Theresa, my co-host.
Hi, you said my name. So I'm a social media consultant based in Edmonton. And for like once in my life, I have openings for new social media management clients. So if anyone's interested in working with me, send me a DM or contact me through my website. And today we're going to be talking about affordable tools that you can use for marketing online.
Heck.
Who would have guessed it? Okay. So, okay, Macaulay Culkin.
I'm home alone.
So let's start with, let's start with graphic design tools. And the first one that comes to everyone's mind is, of course, Canva. So Canva is a really popular tool. I'm trained in Photoshop because I took graphic design, but I actually use Canva because it's easier just for me to do that. And like Photoshop sometimes takes long to load on the computer. They have really great templates that are automatically like drag and drop. And you can, if you have the pro version, you can actually upload your own fonts, set your own, you can have specific brand colors that are always there. Another tool that's similar to Canva is called Stencil. It also does the same thing where it's just like create images, use their templates. Stencil is kind of cool though because they have YouTube cover photo, YouTube thumbnail photo templates, which is kind of nice. I don't know if Canva has them, but I haven't seen them there before. Which one of those do you use? Canva?
Mainly Canva for myself because I don't have a design background and nor do I want to learn how to use Photoshop.
Yeah.
So every time I need Photoshop, I usually just get you to do it.
When you need the background erased in photos?
Yeah.
And then another really great tool is called Designerr with double R at the end. Double R, Rough Riders. Sorry, I just got like a thing for Slack. So Designerr with double R at the end. For ebook creation, I actually just have like the basic package with them. I haven't really used it that much because the basic package doesn't allow you to save your own templates. It just says you just go in and edit it every single time you create a new ebook. But what it does is it's kind of just like Microsoft Word or PowerPoint where it's like drag and drop your design, your template or your page template and then paste in your copy. And what's nice about it is if you want to use like if you're used to using PowerPoint, you probably know that like when you do the text boxes, it's annoying because then you have to make a whole new text box for the next page. This one will just push all the text and distribute it evenly throughout everything. So if you make an edit on one page, the rest of the pages will be affected kind of like how it is in Word. It's just really easy. And if you want to format, like if you're making an ebook or you're making like an actual book, it's easy to use as well. So Designerr with double R at the end, that's for ebooks or whatever publication type things you're doing. And then
like how it's supposed to be spelled with an extra R?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Designerr.
Designerr.
And then really great apps for your phone includes Snapseed. So Snapseed, I think, is created by Google. And every time I like use Snapseed to edit a photo for one of my clients, they're like amazed and they're like, oh, that's a really great photo. And I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, I just keep using Snapseed to edit photos. It's very powerful. I really like it. It has some filters, but I don't really use the filters. I mostly just play around with like the lighting or other things that I can't think of right now. Contrast. But like you'll see it has like this whole entire menu that takes up half the screen of all these options you can do with Snapseed. And then also I really like Photoshop on the phone. You can actually make specific parts brighter. You can block out parts of it. You can make things blurry. It's kind of like Snapseed, but the Photoshop version. And then my new love is Huji, and which is a Huji, and then there's like a Kuji version. So it sounds weird, but I started a new Instagram account yesterday to house my Kuji photos.
How do you spell that?
Hugi, and then the other one is Kugi. They both do the same thing, but the only thing that they're different is with Kuji with a K, you can actually preview the photo before you take it. So I can actually show you on my phone. It's like a disposable camera. So Huji is like for those people who want the real experience where you can actually preview what you're looking at. Kuji is one where you have like a screen. Hi! And then you take the photo. This is kind of like that live that I deleted or didn't download. Okay, now there's an ad. I really need the premium version. And then it adds like this weird, look at my face. It adds like a weird disposable camera, like old camera filter to it.
Yeah.
And it's always different. Like here's one I took yesterday then there's like a rainbow thing in it. And then Huji's does the exact same thing, but you can't see what you're taking a picture of. There's like a little square in the corner, and that's how you see. I really like it because it's just like, it's different than like those like super high fashion influencer, fashion guru images, because it's more like, ooh, has an edge to it. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys will want to use that in your marketing, but whatever. It's one of my favorite new apps.
Cool.
So for websites, lots of people use Wix. I fucking hate Wix. I hate when people are like, oh, I built my website in Wix. I'm like, that's why it's fucking ugly. Like, my favorite one out of like all those template builders is Squarespace. And I'm a Squarespace Circle member, which just means I've built more than 3 websites in Squarespace. So if a client is like, oh, I just need like a quick website, I'll just build them one using Squarespace. It's really easy. Like you can't even fuck it up because there's so many limits. Like you select your font and then your font sizes and things like that, and you can't change it like throughout later on. Well, you can with CSS, but it's not as easy to change as it is with WordPress self-hosted websites. And then Weebly is another one. When I first started creating websites after like GeoCities and stuff, and I was like, I want my own website where I can just use a templated thing, I actually started using Weebly, which is like a weird name, but it's cheap, right? So it's a good alternative. WordPress.com is the non-self-hosted version of WordPress. You can install plugins. It's mostly just like blogging and like boring templates or like have an easy website. But then I feel like they install Google AdSense on your websites, or like you'll go to someone's website and they'll have like little Google AdSense things. And it's like, dude, you don't even get a lot of traffic. Why is this here? But I don't know if WordPress installs it because it's like you're running a free website, or if it's just the people being like, I want to monetize my website. Oh, I made 1 cent today because there's no traffic.
I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
I know on the self-hosted, because I remember when I ran my PPC blog way back in the day, I had added it on.
Yeah, but that's self-hosted, isn't it?
Yeah.
So WordPress.org and .com are separate or different, because WordPress.org is like self-hosted, so you sign up with a hosting company, get a domain name, etc., and you can use all the plugins in the world that you want to. Then WordPress.com is the free limited version. Usually when people start off with WordPress, they kind of play around with WordPress.com, but I really like the self-hosted version because there's like tons of plugins and you can do so much with it. That's why I always recommend, like, if you want to have a bunch of features on your website, just use WordPress like as a CMS instead of Squarespace, because Squarespace doesn't have a ton of plugins.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Alan. And then for analytics, there's the typical, which is Ameet's probably like her favorite analytic tool, Google Analytics, right? And then there's like that whole suite of Google tools like Google Search Console, Tag Manager. What else am I missing? Anything?
Um,
Tag Manager.
Tag Manager is my favorite.
Search Console. I really like Search Console because I like to know what people are searching for.
Yeah, it's a good tool if you know how to use it correctly.
Yeah.
Tag Manager is more or less of just like being alerted when someone triggers like an event. Analytics in itself is the tracking tool.
And full disclosure, Ameet set up my Google Tag Manager for me.
I sure did.
I don't fucking know how to do this shit. So
I still need to do the advanced stuff though. I just did the basics so far.
Oh,
okay.
When you're friends with digital marketers. And then there's always like for social, there's the in-app analytics. So Twitter analytics, Facebook Insights, LinkedIn has really shitty company page analytics. Like it doesn't really tell you that much. There's also an app called Mondovo, and I use it when I do my audits for social media accounts. You can type in, you can have your competitors' accounts in them, like you can actually just like give them the username, and it will go through all like the public data and make you fancy charts and fancy tables. And Mondovo, I like it because you're only paying for reports that you use. You have to add a minimum of $10 to your account though, and it expires within like 2 weeks or something. But if you're like, oh, I don't want to subscribe to a tool, I just need it for this one report, I always just use Mondovo. The only thing that it doesn't include is LinkedIn and Instagram. And for Instagram, there's another affordable tool, and I think it's like one of the best tools, which is Iconosquare. It used to be called Webstagram, probably where Quinn stole his username from, because Webstagram, Quinstagram. But Iconosquare is great because you can actually compare your account side by side to your competitors or someone you hate. Even if you wanted to, you can create lists of the people you follow in Instagram, which is really cool because I feel like Instagram needs to have lists, because it's like I follow, like I want to like see what my close friends or my like these core people are updating instead of like everyone that I follow. But Iconosquare, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then management apps. Okay. So social media management apps, there's a zillion of them. Some of them are like thousands of dollars a month, which are great if you need all those features. But the ones I'm going to talk about are around either less than $100 US or around $100 US a month. The first one I'm going to talk about is Tailwind. Tailwind is a social media management app for Instagram and Pinterest. I only use it for Pinterest. I have no idea how it works I only use it for Pinterest. I have no idea how it works for Instagram, but it's really great for scheduling out your pins and making sure that like if you can join Pinterest groups or whatever they're called. I forget what they're called. Group boards. You can join Pinterest group boards, and then like you repin one of their posts from that group board, and then someone else will repin one of your posts type thing. So you can like kind of exchange pins. You can schedule out like up to 500 for, I think in the free version, you can schedule out up to 500 pins. And I really like that, even though I haven't been going really hard on Pinterest. But for me personally, I think that it drives a lot of traffic to my website. And because I'm collecting emails as a lead gen machine, I like to use it for getting those emails. It's very valuable to my business. Ameet, do you think it's valuable for your business? Quinn's just like crying.
He's just like,
sorry about it. Inside joke. And then there's another tool called Contentino with a K, content, I-N-O with a K. Contentino, Ameet knows this. I was trialing that for like my own business, for clients and things like that. I really liked it, but at the time when I was trialing it, it didn't actually post automatically to Instagram on your behalf. You had to get a phone reminder or whatever it's called. So
like a verification.
Yeah, so that was like kind of annoying. So we didn't go with that, but I really liked Contentino because the dashboard was really nice, and I think that's around 120 USD a month for scheduling posts. It has really great reporting. The one that I actually use for myself and my clients is Social Report. I like Social Report. Sometimes it's kind of clunky, and I'd rather just use like Buffer, but I'll talk about Buffer after. It has you can actually see like if people follow or unfollow you, which is kind of neat because there usually you have to use a separate tool for that, and in Social Report you can just see it. The reporting part, obviously it's called Social Report. The reporting part is fucking amazing, and I literally will just spit out a PDF from like a PDF export, and then maybe I'll edit the PDF and add some comments to it, and I'll send it to my clients, and that's my report. So I really like it for that reason. And it's fairly affordable. I think it is 99 USD a month or something like that. And you get like a zillion profiles. So that's nice to have. Did you like Social Report, Ameet?
It was okay. I think we kept on having issues with it, like cutting content off for Twitter for whatever
I've never
reason.
had that.
We had that problem quite a bit. And then when we reached out to their support team, it wasn't very good. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Takes away from the window, it freezes the stream. Okay, well, whatever. Who cares? Alan.
You should be only focused on us.
Yeah, exactly. And then Buffer, so I mentioned Buffer. Buffer is purely for scheduling. So if you're looking for like analytics or tracking mentions and things like that, Buffer is not the tool for you. I still love Buffer. I still have my personal accounts connected to it just because it is so easy to just like schedule out retweets or schedule specific content out or share a website and things like that. I'm actually kind of ridiculous because I just realized that I use 3 different tools for my own social media, which is kind of like overwhelming, but like I get it in my mind. There's also Zoho Social, and can I just say Zoho Social can eat my butthole because I was part of Zoho One, which means like you get access to Zoho Social and like all their suite, like they have like a CRM, so you get access to all of their tools. So I was like, oh, sweet, like I'll pay $20 a month or whatever it was to use Zoho One, so I have access to Zoho Social, but I can use their other tools. And then they were like, no, like if you need to add users, you need to pay for them to have a subscription to Zoho One too. And I was like, but I get access to Zoho Social with like the plan, and it has like X amount of free users. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And then they're like, blah, blah, blah. So then I had to like go on a thing and I ranted. And then I was like, I need a refund. And then, oh, this is the tool. And then I Googled who their CEO was. And then because they didn't cancel my account, so I Googled their CEO and CC'd him on an email. So I don't know. I got shit done, but it was just like, it's not clear to me how their Zoho One works. So I just stay away from all Zoho Social or Zoho apps. And then
I'm sorry, I've done the same thing.
yeah. But it's like, I need to get shit done. Who's your CEO? Let me go talk to them.
Yeah, I got charged for like idle campaigns through another platform. And I was like, I don't even understand. I'm like, if it was active, then I'd get it. Then I'd understand why I got charged the fee. That makes sense to me. But I'm like, they weren't even active. And they're like, well, it wasn't archived. So then I used to email him, like the guy who owns the company. So I just added him to the thread, and I'm like, hello? And then they refunded me all the money.
Good. That's the way to do it. I mean, if someone was complaining to if I had like full-time employees and they CC'd me and be like, oh, this is fucking annoying, but I would actually make it right for them. So, yeah.
No, I do not ask for the manager. I'm very nice to waiters. Even when they fuck up my food, I do not complain.
I'm not like one of those soccer moms who ask for the managers either. And it's usually
I only do
girls
it
with really
for
short
softball.
hair. It's the girls with the short soccer mom hair who are like, let me speak to your manager.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm getting off track. Oh my God, 6 minutes. TweetDeck. TweetDeck is owned by Twitter, I want to say, and it's been around forever. You can log into multiple Twitter accounts. So if you're solely just managing Twitter accounts, you can use TweetDeck. Post Planner is the other social media tool I use. So I use Social Report, Buffer, and Post Planner for my own personal social media, but I also use Post Planner to find content for my clients as well, depending on what industry they're in. Post Planner is like $3 a month US. I fucking love it. I don't actually schedule things in Post Planner. I use it only as...
Oh, keep on going. You only have 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry. I only use it as like a content curation tool. If you want to schedule posts out to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, you can use Post Planner to do that, but I don't use it for that. DrumUp is another one. I used to be an affiliate or a partner of theirs, and then I didn't get backlinks to their things, so I'm not an affiliate anymore. But it's a content curation tool. I really liked it when I was part of it. Some of the articles were kind of old, which, like, whatever. Email marketing, MailChimp is free. I think MailChimp is like one of the most popular ones. If you're looking for a different affordable tool that I find is easier to navigate than MailChimp, I use Aweber, and Aweber for me is just like my jam because it's like $30 a month or something, but it's like super awesome. So when you get emails from me, it's from Aweber. Other things, oh my God, other apps are Content Cal. I think it's like contentcal.io, and it's kind of looks like a Trello board. So I mean, you could always use Trello. It's like it looks like a Kanban board, but it's actually just planning your content. LastPass is you can use the free version of LastPass to actually, sorry, I'm not reading the comments anymore, guys. I'm getting confused. You can use LastPass to store your passwords. There's also a phone app. If This Then That, IFTTT or something, that is, you can, so when people post from Instagram to Twitter, their Instagram photo doesn't actually show up in the tweet. It just shows up as an Instagram link. So you can use tools like If This Then That to auto post the actual photo to Twitter, which I would not recommend. But if you have to do it for some reason, use If This Then That. You can also change the background of your wallpaper every single day, which is kind of neat. And then there's Zapier, which is basically it connects to different software, and it can just like speak to all of them and do different things. And if you do Facebook lead ads, instead of checking them constantly to see if you have new leads, you can actually get Zapier to email you with their information from each lead, and then you can call them up right away if you're like a mortgage broker or a realtor. Automate.io is similar to that as well. CRM, like for CRMs, I really like the ones that are made for creatives or single people businesses. Like 17 Hats is one of them. Dubsado and Honeybook are probably the most popular ones. Fiverr actually came out with a new app that is similar to these, but isn't as powerful. The most powerful one I find from all of those is Dubsado. If you want to sign up with Dubsado, let me know because I can give you a discount. But like Dubsado is awesome. Like it stores all your contacts. You can have proposals and it will auto feed in the information. Canned emails, automated workflows, and all that shit. And then if you really like lifetime subscriptions like I do, I'm like an addict to lifetime subscriptions, especially for social media tools. You can go on Stack Social or AppSumo. And those are my two favorite go-tos for lifetime subs. So for some of the tools that I mentioned or some of the tools that I use every day, it's like I don't have to pay a monthly subscription because I have a lifetime subscription that I bought for like $40 or something. So that's really cool. Ameet, do you have any other tools I missed that you like using or anything else?
I like using Pingdom's speed tool to check speed sites or the speed of a site. I like using Screaming Frog to find any errors in a website. I love Screaming Frog. What other one do I use? I don't know. I just have like this massive list that I just like go through. when I'm like starting a new site or something, or if I'm just double checking mine. Write.com. So.
Oh, Reich?
No, right. It's with a T.
Oh.
No, write.com. So they will do like a scheduled scan of your site and then tell you where the errors are, which is really nice. So if you don't want to go in yourself and do it in Screaming Frog, you can use Write. Yeah, I think that's really
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like eventually, once you remember all of them, you should do like your own version of this with like your PPC tools and stuff, and then people will know all your secrets.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to know my secrets.
Yeah, there's like some tools I'm like, I'm not including this one because it's mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Because selfish. But next week we'll be on Instagram Live at Wednesday at 11. And Ameet, what are we talking about next week?
We're talking with Leia, little girl. We're going to be talking about your face. We're going to be talking about display settings that you're supposed to turn off.
Turn them off. Ameet will tell you which ones you need to turn off.
Yes.
Google Ads, I'm guessing?
Yes, Google Ads.
Okay, cool. And then you can watch replays of our live. So this one I will make sure to download this time. You can watch replays every Tuesday on YouTube. I've actually been pretty consistent with publishing them the day before, so scheduled out for 6 a.m. So if you did like a tool but you don't remember what the fuck I was talking about, you can watch the replay of this episode on YouTube on Tuesday. Subscribe to our channel and download Ameet's PPC glossary. Go to her link in her bio and download that shit. It's the ultimate one. There's like a zillion. How many words are there?
Over 160.
Yeah, so it's like the fucking ultimate.
It is actually the largest one on the internet right now is 158. We beat them by 4.
You should probably send them an email and be like, you suck.
No, because then they'll copy. They have
yeah,
more authority than we do right now.
Oh, okay. Well, soon you'll have more authority than them. You can also, I'm trying out the quiz thing, so if you want to take a quiz on what you need to improve on your social media, please go to my website, link in bio, and take the quiz, and you can find your social media confidence. And what else? Is that it?
I think that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So thanks for joining us. Subscribe to our YouTube, follow us, and see you next Wednesday at 11 Mountain Time.
Thanks and bye-bye.
Bye, little puppy.